Going on? What's going on, everybody? It's Wade's word of the day. Wade's word of the day. Nana, we see that you've made your way in the room. Good to see you this evening. Gladys Douglas, what's happening? We see that you have made your way in the room as well. Yeah, everybody come on in. Come on in. Do me a favor, text tag and tell somebody on tonight. I said text tag and tell somebody on tonight. Ray, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you this evening. Good to see you this evening. Wow. Come on, everybody. Y'all come on in the room. Y'all come on in the room. Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? Hey, it's Wade's word of the day. I'm so happy that you all have made your way in the room. I see you, Chris. I see you, Duchess. I see you, Mondukes. You have made your way in the room as well. It's Tuesday night. I don't know about you, man, but I'm excited to be here. Yeah, I'm excited to be here, excited to be hanging out with each and every one of you. So what I need you to do, I need you to tag a few more folk tonight. Come on, tag a few more folk. I'm going to do the same thing I got myself on. You take yours, at sign, put a few folks' name in there. Tell them to come on in the room. Let's talk. Let's talk. Yeah, I said tell them to come on in the room. Let's talk. Who else is hanging out with us on tonight? I see Shakira has made her way into the room as well. Into the room as well. Come on in. Come on in. Everybody come on in tonight. We're not going to be long. We just going to talk for a spell for a little bit. Y'all know why we come into this space. We don't come to tear down. We come to lift up. We come to encourage. We come to talk about those things that really matter. I mean, all of those things, because we understand that we are triune in and of ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. So not only do we try to connect, get centered with he who knows all things, he who sees all things, he who does all things well. Yeah, I call him Jesus. Yeah, yeah. Not only do we try to get connected with him, but we also understand that we're human beings. And so we talk about those things that matter even in that particular context, right? So what do we do? Y'all, excuse me. What do? We try to speak to those things that would try to block us and stop us, move us from our purpose and our destiny, move us from where we need to be. Yeah, our negative self-talk. We say, no, not today. We're not buying into that. Yeah, our haters. Nope, you can't block us. You can't stop us. And most of all, we tell our fears, no, 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 no. We're not putting up with that. Yeah, so we don't encourage people. When we say hello, fear, we're not encouraging people to operate in their fears. We're telling people to push forward in spite of your fears. That's why we say hello. And I wonder tonight, can I get anybody just simply to help your boy out? Just simply say hello. Take your fingertip, type that on in real quick. You know, that's what we do. That's our buzzword. That simply means we showing up. We showed up in space and place. Yeah, we're ready to conquer. We're ready to take over. Yeah, we're ready to push forward. We want to operate in those spaces and those places where God is. We want to do big things. Yeah. And so we say hello. That simply means we have showed up and are showing up. Diane Lattimore, we see you tonight. Thank you for coming in the room. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We really do. So yeah. So that's what we do. That's what we do in this space. Yeah, that's what we deal with in this space. Lori Chappelle, Nina Holmes, I see you as well. Man, I'm excited to have you all hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, tag, text, and tell somebody. Because tonight, I really just want to talk about this one word, task. Task. Because I began to think about, in this season, in this moment, we got a lot of things that we are thinking through, that we're thinking about. Someone hit me up tonight because I hadn't been showing up in one particular space that I've been showing up pretty much for like a year. But probably since October, I started to think about and started to think through, what is it that I'm doing? What should I be doing? What shouldn't I be doing? Because sometimes you can be involved in so many things, right? And you got to get to a place in a space where you have to prioritize some things and just try to figure out um, what works now, what works, what type of flow will you be operating in this season of your life. And oftentimes I say it oftentimes, the challenging thing about change is change, because there really is this how do I want to say, when we think about change, if we're honest with ourselves, there is this sense of sadness that comes with change, because change requires that you put down some things that you have been very comfortable with, that you have been familiar with. Oftentimes we can't get into the place and the spaces that we need to be in because we spend a whole lot of time crying over that which is behind us, right? And so since October, I've really been contemplating, thinking through, just trying to prioritize around tasks. What is it that I want to be doing in the next season of my life? So I started to ask myself, man, what's important to me in everything, whether it's ministry work, whether it's some of the other work that I do in terms of social justice, activism, my creativity, right? My, creativity, all of these things that we have been putting together here. Um, because sometimes, and I need you to write this down, this is a teachable moment, because sometimes uh, we can be doing a lot of things for God, but not doing enough things with God. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think I just helped somebody. Sometimes we can be doing a lot of things for God, but not doing enough things with God. Yeah. And so for me, it's been a thank you so much. Thank you so much. It says preach, Wade. Yeah. So yeah, so it's about figuring that out, right? Um, Figuring that out. I don't just want to be doing a whole bunch of things, but I want to be doing enough things that lead to my purpose, the plan that God would have for my life. And then the things that I'm doing, I want to be able to enjoy them. Yeah. Yeah, I want to be able to enjoy them, right? I used to say it like this when we would operate in person. I'm sorry, I don't want to be having a whole bunch of people around me who don't really like seeing me show up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I remember when I first came into ministry, I would have to go down to California to study and all of that stuff to come into ministry, different particular conferences. And this one particular conference, this pastor was giving a report. And it dawned on me the other day, he was giving this report like about his congregation and he was having a hard time. And he said, uh, this year, Bishop, we spent the whole year, they were looking at me and I was looking at them. You know what I mean? In other words, I don't want to be the type of person who I'm in relationship with, whether it's ministry, whatever, where they ain't happy to see me coming. And I'm not happy to see them coming. Well, we just marking time. That's an old military phrase. We just marking time. No, don't want to be doing that. And so begin to think about that. Someone began to think about that as it relates to tasks. What is it that I'm passionate about that I really want to do? that I really want to do. And so when I think about that as it relates to you and I, what are you thinking about? We're coming to the end of 2020. A lot of things have gone on. Certainly 2020 has caused you and I to ponder and to think through what is important to us. It's causing us to think about those things that we really want to manage, right? Taisha Douglas, I did see a post this morning. I'm glad that you're feeling better. I'm glad that you're feeling better. I'm glad that your boys was taking care of you. That was a beautiful thing. Yeah, that put a smile on my face. So we're grateful that you came through the little, because I know how that can be. Yeah, I just got one of them things. Yeah, that's painful. So we're glad you're doing better. But are you understand what I'm saying? Just thinking about because I'm the type of person, I don't know about you, y'all help me tonight. I don't know about you, but when I get involved and when I do anything, I want to do it with all my might. I remember I was working with some folk. I won't say the name of what organization, but I'll just say it like this. The reason I got in trouble or the haters came out within the construct of this particular group is because I outworked them. I literally outworked them. You give me a task to do, I'm not only going to do the task, but I'm going to do it in such a way, to be quite honest, where people are going to say, wow. Yeah, if you put me over something, yeah, I'm not like some other folk. And I don't always have to be, because I wasn't the head person of this particular thing. This particular organization gave me a task to do. And after I did it, it was kind of like, wow. But for some of them folk who were connected in there, who were kind of lazy, didn't really give it their all or whatever, they ended up being haters simply because I'm a go-getter. Yeah, I'm a go-getter. You give me something to do, I'm going to do it. And yeah, But because they didn't want to operate in that vein, they didn't take the task seriously. And how often do we spend our lives like that? We've been given something to do, a task to do, and we don't give it our all. We roll into these spaces of average. In other words, where we just simply say, "Yeah, I don't got to work that hard on it. I'll just do enough to make it look like something has been done." I don't know. Have you ever, let me say it like this, have you ever, somebody invited you over or whatever, whatever. And you go there and you know that they just kind of did enough cleaning to hope that you don't pay attention, but they ain't really done nothing thorough. You understand what I'm saying? And so too often we spend our lives operating in that vein. We just trying to do just enough. But the old folks used to say something like this: I'm trying to make 100, 99 and a half just won't do. Do I got any folk in the room who remember that? What you say? You feel guilty afterwards? Yeah. We got any old saints in the room, senior saints who remember they used to say that. They used to say, I'm trying to make 199 and a half just won't do it. I believe Hezekiah Walker picked up on that and wrote a song, trying to make 199 and a half just won't do, whatever. So here's the point about what I'm saying about tasks. You don't have to do everything. Can I speak to somebody tonight? I said all that to say this. You don't have to Do everything. Whatever it is that the Lord has laid on your heart and put in your hand to do, do it to the best of your ability. So you don't have to do everything. You don't have to take on every task. You don't have to take on every responsibility. But whatever task, whatever it is that God has called you into, do it with the best of your ability. Give it your all because, yeah, do it to the best of your ability. See, too often we say, God told me to do it. God told me to get involved. God told me to be a part. And then we get involved, but we don't do nothing, don't want to do nothing. Get asked to do something, to take on a responsibility or task, and we just kind of like, I can't do it. Maybe somebody else can. Whatever it is that the Lord has placed on your heart and in your hands to do it to the best of your ability. Now, I need to warn you because we live in spaces and places where people don't give it their all. And so when you begin to give it your all, it'll appear like you being braggadocious that no, you are just giving it your all, and God rewards that. Yeah, God rewards that. God rewards that. Isn't it strange? Isn't it strange? Don't think it's strange. Here it is. Paul is the least likely he saw, but he's the least likely candidate. But when it's all over with, said and done, Paul writes most of the Bible. He starts off as the least like, he is the last of the apostles. There's 12 before him. There's 12 before him. And he ends up writing most of the Bible. 3/4 of the Bible. Because how Paul operated, even as it relates to when he was a Pharisee, he just lost the legalistic part. But some of the stuff carried on: work ethic, hard work, passion, desire. Just because you get saved, it doesn't mean that some of the things that God can use, that he takes them away. See, the same personality that I had when I was in the world, I still got that personality now. Yeah. I didn't know that some of them gifts was to be used for the kingdom when I was out there doing my thing, but some of those same gifts and same traits, I do them now. I just do it for the Lord. They just say something like this. It used to be, I used to dance in the club, but now I don't dance in the club. I dance for the Lord. I changed partners. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So whatever it is, whatever task, whatever it is, you don't have to do everything. Stop letting folk beat you up because you can't do everything. But whatever it is that you sign up to do it. Please stop making us chase you down. Please stop saying that you're going to do it, that you're going to be responsible for that particular thing. But then I pick up the phone to call you. Somebody pick up the phone to call you. You don't pick up because you don't want to do the task. You agreed to do the task, but you don't really want to do the task. Am I helping somebody tonight? You don't have to do everything. But whatever it is that you set your heart to do, that the Lord put on your heart to do, whatever he put in your hand, do it to the best of your ability. And God has a way of blessing that. Yeah. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I dare somebody to say tonight, I know that's right. Yeah, God has a way of blessing that. Number two, you can't do everything. Stop trying to do everything. Stop trying to be, trying to do you can't do everything. Stop trying to be like other people. I talk about that all the time. Be the best person that you can be. Be content with saying no. Sometimes you got to have the ministry of no. No. No, I can't do that today. No, I can't be a part of that. No, for my mental health, I've got to step away from that. No, I can't hang out over there with you because you're too negative. Every time I come in your company, I approach, I'm happy, I leave, I'm sad. You got to learn the ministry of no. So you don't have, you don't have to be involved in everything. But whatever it is that the Lord has placed on your heart, whatever that task is that he has given you to do it. And then here, finally, see it all the way through. Some of us are good at starting. Yeah. Some of us get excited at the beginning, and then we discover that this is bigger than me. Because here's the reality. I don't know if I said it in this space before. I know I've said it in ministry, plenty of times. Here's the reality. God has a plan. God, hear me. God always knows what he's up to. God always has a plan. He always has a plan. And what God does in his generosity, he invites us into the plan. Now it is in that moment. That's what I'm talking about, when I say see it all the way through, because, in that moment, we're excited. God invites me into the plan. God spoke to me. God shared a word for me. That word touched my heart. That word really touched me, or whatever. You know what I mean? Because God has a plan. And then in various ways, God invites us into the plan. So that could be through an invitation from somebody that you weren't going to church, and then they invite you to go to church. You come to church and you get that word and you get excited about it. He has a plan. He invites you and I into the plan, whatever it is that God is doing. So when Bishop Paul Morton sings, Lord, whatever you're doing in this season, please don't do it without me. That's in essence what he's saying, because he recognizes that God has a plan. And then he invites us into his plans, co-create with him. And we get excited in that moment. Yeah, anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody ever been excited? Man, yeah, the Lord told me to do this, and I'm gonna do it. And then but here's the third thing that happens in that. What typically happens is God invites us, and God calls us to do it. Always requires faith. It always requires faith. If you're going to accomplish that which you say, you define that God has called you into, it always requires faith, and it's always bigger than you. It's bigger than what you have. Yeah, it's bigger than what you have. I know you done went to all the schools, but if God called you into it, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than everything that you know. See, the schools that I went to didn't teach me for what I'm dealing with right now. It's bigger. And in that moment, all of us have a crisis of faith. Don't look around the room. Don't look around the room. I know you saying within yourself, I never lose faith. No. All of us. All of us, we're excited that God calls us into the plan. But when we get to start off working on the plan, we realize the plan is bigger than us, and that we don't have what we thought we have to get it done, because it requires a level of faith that we've never experienced before. There's always a crisis of our faith. There's always a question of, will I break down or will I break through? Yeah. There's always, yeah, will I break down or will I break through? I can get Bob on it all day long. I can show you Moses and them at the Red Sea. Will we break down or will we break through? Will we trust God? Didn't God tell us to get out here? Now, surely if God told us to get out here, why are we running into this? Why are these folk chasing us? Why didn't he stop them at the border? Why didn't he make a miraculous wall that they couldn't get through? Why are we being chased and all we see is their army behind us and water in front of us? Yeah, because there's always a crisis of faith. And it's at that point, you're either going to break down or you're going to break through. Yeah, somebody ought to say, I know that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all throughout the Bible. Go back and read the Bible. There's always these places God wants to use. People get excited, but then there's these crises of faith. Can I even suggest that Jesus went through that? Yeah, in the Garden of Gethsemane. Yeah, he's there crying. Why do you think he's crying and tears of blood and sweat of blood and all of this stuff? Because there is this crisis of faith right there in the moment. I don't know if I want to do this for them. And he has to decide, will I break down or will I break through to operate in the plan that the Father has for me? And he resolves to say, nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. Breakthrough, y'all. Yeah, breakthrough, y'all. Yeah, I'm Paul. Yeah, Paul has the moment. Paul, Lord, I've been doing all of this stuff for you. I've been in prison more than anybody. But yet I got this thorn. I got this thing that's bugging me, that's messing with me. Crisis of faith. I need this thing to be removed. I need this monkey off of my back. I need it to go way back there. I need to get rid of this thing. And the Lord comes back and says, my grace is sufficient for that. No, I'm not going to take it away, but I'm going to give you grace to be able to deal with it. Yeah. And Paul comes to the conclusion, his grace is sufficient. Yeah, there are these moments God calls us into the plan. We recognize that his plan is bigger than our plan. There's this crisis of faith, and you got to decide, am I going to break down or am I going to break through? Yeah. So what does all this have to do with tasks? Here we are at the latter part of 2020. Yeah, the latter part of 2020. And you have been pondering, you have been thinking, you have been wrestling with, if you're honest with yourself, I ain't been in your closet. I don't listen. No, look, I don't know, but I know, because here's the reality. You can't go through the things that we went through this year without thinking through some things, thinking about some things, making some decisions on some things. Am I going to operate the same way that I've always operated before, or am I ready to break through? Am I really ready to take on the thing that I've known that I'm supposed to be doing for years upon years upon years? I was listening to my boy. His wife gave a testimony, just powerful testimony, which really articulated that point. She was talking about something that a lady had said to her in the 20s, and now, she's a little older, but when she was in the 20s, getting ready to go kicking and everything like that. And basically a lady walks into a store, she's getting ready for her New Year's thing, and says, the Lord is waiting on you. Are you understand? So here we are at the latter part of this year. And just like my boy's wife, that's the question as it relates. Will you do what the Lord is calling you to do in this season? Because the Lord is waiting on you. Will you break down or will you break through? Because you can't go through what we just went through and what we've been going through without thinking about some things and being resolved to say, Lord, whatever you place in my hand to do, I'm prepared to do it. Yeah, I'm prepared to get on task. I'm prepared to do it. If you tell me to give, I'm going to give. If you tell me to pray, I'm going to pray. If you tell me to lead, I'm going to lead. Whatever it is, I'm prepared to do it. So that's my challenge for y'all as we go into the latter part of this year. We're here at the latter part of this year. Are you going to be on task? Are you ready to break through? Are you tired of breaking down? I believe that you're going to walk through it. You're going to break through it. Because just like Moses and them learned, if you trust them, you'll get your breakthrough. Just like Jesus learned that if you trust him, yeah, you'll get the breakthrough. Just like Paul learned, if you trust him, you'll get your breakthrough. Man, I'm done tonight. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I really do. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Yeah. It's been a blessing. Hey, if this word has been a blessing to you, make sure that you text, tag, and tell somebody. Invite somebody into the room. You showing up every night, getting that one word, because that's what we do is Wade's word of the day. Make sure that you share it out with somebody else. Tell them to come on in the room. Tell them, let's talk. Yeah, tell them to come on. Yeah. It's all right to invite somebody to tell them to come on in the room. We're here every night, 8 p.m. So again, if the word has brought value to your life, I'm sure it'll bring value to somebody else. So reach out, tell somebody, tell them to meet us in this space every night. What are you saying, Shakira Way? You're saying I'm trusting that everyone will be on task. Yeah, for her birthday coming up next Friday. Next Friday. I believe it's next Friday. Yeah, next Friday. Mm-hmm. So, what y'all can do if y'all want to bless Lady Way, y'all can send it to my Cash App. Yeah, Swade 2010. $ Swade 2010. Yeah, don't tell her. Just, send it to me. I'll make sure she get it. So her birthday is next Friday. So if y'all want to be a blessing to Lady Shakira, go ahead and put your Cash App up there if they want to be a blessing to you on next week. Otherwise, y'all can send it to $ Swade 2010. I'll make sure she get it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm supposed to know what? I know what it is. I told y'all know how I am. I know how it is. I don't know ages, but I know dates. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I'm sorry. Shakira, you can hear me? My bad. Put your Cash App up in case they want to bless you for your birthday coming up on next Friday. Did you hear that? But if she don't get it up fast enough, send it to me. $ Swade 2010. I'll make sure she get it. Let's close out this way. Let's see if they cut me off or whatever. We don't own the rights to this music. We do have streaming rights. I think I need to say that. So let's go ahead and see if we can rock out with this one on tonight. Y'all let me know if you're feeling it. Here we go. Let me see if I can get it to do what it's supposed to do.
Because the great I am provides for me. Say the great I am provides for me. Come on, sing that one more time. Say, God, I have everything. I have everything I need. Oh, that sounds so good. Say, God, I have everything. I have everything. has given it to you. I have everything. Say, because the great I am. The great I am provides for me. Say that one more time. The great I am provides.
I gotta get out of here.
Perfect in your weakness. Say, God, you are my strength.
But the great I am. Hey, again, if the word has been of value to you, make sure that you tag, text, and tell somebody. Yeah, share with them. Tell them to meet us in the space. We're here every night at 8 p.m. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Hey, we'll talk to you real soon. Come on, let's rock out. He is the great I am.
Because the great I am. The great I am provides for me. When I didn't have nothing else, the great. The great I am. Yeah. Now somebody lift your hands if you know that the great I am. Say the great I am. Sing that I am. He's everything that I need, Jaleesa. Sing it up, saying the great I am.
I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all real soon. Everybody be blessed. Peace.